Hi everyone, as you may have already seen, my post about bottle feeding and biceps has made it into the Daily Mail. And the best thing about getting featured in this fine publication is the comment section underneath the article that is usually populated by gammon-faced cray-crays who are only able to type by slamming their forehead into the keyboard at various angles. Predictably, many people didn't get the fact that I was being satirical, and even more people just missed the point completely and made ridiculous remarks about breastfeeding, the very stupidity that I was trying to highlight. Here are my top 10 in no particular order, as it's really difficult to come up with a sliding scale of wanniness for this one. So, to kick things off, Mad Jake writes, "Oh, FFS man, leave the attention seeking to the women." So for the gajillionth time, Jakey boy, women do not breastfeed in public to get anybody's attention. If they were looking for attention, they would attach distress flares to their knockers and hire a marching band to play Stars and Stripes forever. Next up, we have this joint effort. Why do women who breastfeed have to make such a song and dance about it? I guess it's the comments and looks they get. Again guys, no song, no dance, just feeding. How about Rhett's fine effort? No problem with women feeding their baby in public areas. Someone's workplace is not a public space. Examples of a non-public space are the supermarket, public transport, I know the name is confusing, shopping centres, coffee shops, swimming pools, you get the idea. Just because you see other people does not make it a public space. I know that the name public transport is confusing. Well, at least it must be if you have the IQ of a Greg's pasty. If you see other people, then it's highly likely that it is a public place. If you don't see anyone, it is probably, wait for it, a private place. Here's Dan's effort. It's not the breastfeeding that people have a problem with, it's the expectation the high and mighty have that they can do it whenever and wherever they decide. For example, in the middle of a swimming pool, and huge offence is taken at any innocent suggestion of somewhere more private for mother and baby. The reason that huge offence is taken is that it's none of your bloody business. More to the point, I think most nursing mothers would move away from the swimming pool so baby doesn't get a mouthful of chlorine and toddler wee. Next up, oh look at the white knight, look at me mums, look at me. I am down with the sisterhood and you can call me Wonder Dad. The post unfortunately just wasn't funny and reeks of me attitude. Hang on a minute, Cold Hero 72. Did you just assume my colour? Here's obvious Coronation Street fan Bill Webster, who says, "You obviously haven't seen all of the garbage this bloke relentlessly posts all over social media every day then. He thinks he's like the local comedian in Southend but has the wit of a 5-year-old. An absolute simpleton." To be fair to Bill, the post has been shared 30,000 times. So, Nicky no, Billy Boo smells of poo, na. Yarbia says, "No one has a problem with that, it's just the me's who want to get them in public, especially in restaurants and swimming pools, etc. We don't want to see that." That's funny, mate, because most breastfeeding women would say, "We don't want you to look." I like this one. "I often wondered what happened to Alexei Sale. I guess he's a middle-aged father now. Best comment ever. Ah ha ha. Here's a dead ringer." Here's Captain Obvious's take. Except it's not the same thing, is it? Well, no, it isn't. The whole point of this exercise was to highlight ridiculous attitudes towards breastfeeding women using a mildly humorous concept that people would identify with. I went to school, I did biology, I know how to distinguish between shirt potatoes and a bottle. And finally, here's an absolute gem. When does a baby dictate when it's fed? Needless. Now, I doubt if JB has ever observed an infant screaming its lungs off, but basically that doesn't roughly translate into, "Excuse me parent, but I'm a little bit peckish right now, no hurry, but when you have a moment, if you would be so kind as to nourish me, that would be swell. Take your time." So anyway, that's all from my brief adventure into Daily Mail land. If you could all just like my page now, that would be super. Ta-ra!